What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kendra J, the Melanated Motivator. Welcome back to another episode of Melanated Motivation. We are in season 2. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, listening in. Yeah. Thank you. So I just wanted to say, man, when you start being more thankful for the life you have, while also working towards the life you desire, it's a beautiful thing to be able to watch how everything aligns in your favor. I mean, whew. It's everything. Because when you're hurting, it's extremely hard sometimes to be grateful. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've experienced it. At the pity party that I had created for myself. Damn, talking about it, my journey and working on my healing, I realized that little Kendra, what my family would call me times would be baby Kendra, she developed into adult Kendra who became hurt KJ, and I had to go back through some things I survived through and became strong in, despite, still I rose, right? However, as an adult and a social worker at that, from a clinical aspect, I realized that, that little girl was not so much as ruining my life like I had, told myself. But maybe she was trying to understand how was it that I was so happy and appearing to enjoy life when she had endured so much and never truly healed, but just pushed through, right? That's crazy. The reality was, though, that I claimed that I was, different. That was her trauma, not mine. I had moved on from that. She had developed into the woman you hear today, and it's like that's beneath me. But in fact, it was truly our trauma. She too is still me, just like your little girl or little boy is still you. And even though we got through what we've been through, it still developed into the adult we are today. So the process of healing doesn't really stop. I mean, at some point it becomes maintenance, but you got to get to that point. So for me, I took flight, on a journey of healing the inner me, right? That shit is hard, y'all. But so far so good, and I would say it's worth it. So worth the release of, all of that extra weight that is holding us back and keeping us down. I decided to become unstuck. And that's what I want you to do as well. Make a choice to become unstuck from the trauma that has held you back for so long. Unbeknownst to you, I didn't realize it, so shit, I'm sure most of y'all don't realize it. You probably like, damn, okay, let me think about that right now. Heal that little boy and girl within you that has molded your life. Not saying your life is in a bad space, but I'm sure with a lot less weight on us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, however you need to be unloaded, whichever way you need to be unloaded. I'm sure that area could use some healing. So, do what you need to do for you. That was like the bazinga for me, the LOL, HAHA, while experiencing this journey. I thought, because I dealt with what I endured, or so at least I thought I dealt with it, that she, me, the little girl, was okay and that I was healed. The Aquarius in that statement is so funny to me. Lord, I'm grateful for the journey of growth, 1000%. It's important to heal our younger selves, to stop the dysfunctional ways in which we interact with people and how we interact with ourselves. The mental health aspect is, what I'm ultimately talking about. That psychological trauma that has held a chokehold on us long enough. The time is now to release the abuse, the neglect, the abandonment, the loss. It is time to grieve and release and move forward, move on, Grieving was necessary for me. And starting to work on myself, I lost a lot that meant a lot to me, and I didn't get to mourn that like I should have or needed to. And that doesn't just include people, that's things, expectations, whatever the case is. A loss is a loss. Trauma and loss are results of, one another. Some type of grieving in some shape, form, or fashion is necessary. I truly believe that. A part of healing is going to be a lot of emotional and spiritual soul work in the form of behavioral change, okay? What types of behaviors, you ask? Okay, for instance, attachments, bonding issues, aka trauma forming, trauma bonding, those encounters where you create relationships with people on forming a likeness for places or things that resonate with a comfortability you've attached to or shielded yourself with. But I'm here to tell you, if you stay comfortable, if that is your constant area, comfortability, okay, you'll always be uncomfortable with your progress in life. Don't let that shit go over y'all's heads now, okay? If you stay comfortable, you always gonna be upset, baby. We have to heal that trauma to stop negatively bonding with people over gossip, drama, and mess, okay? Over lies. Stop the fucking lies, okay? Stealing and cheating over greed, anger, envy, and jealousy, okay? Over hurt and pain, over self-sabotage, blame, and guilt, over sexual, mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional abuse or neglect, over hatred, revenge, and embarrassment, over bad security, bad safety and protection, over mommy, daddy, and abandonment issues, over your trauma, grief, and loss, all in itself, and so many other things. But those are the things that I felt anybody, one of y'all needs to know, to hear. Okay? Your cry is heard, but you have to get up and fight. Okay? You have way too much at stake for a loss to a hold that you have on yourself. It's you that's got yourself in a chokehold, baby. Release. Break fucking free and get your ass in gear. Time is flying and you are around here, I don't know, playing games, sleeping on the purpose you can be pursuing at this point. Okay? Like, what's going on? The person you're supposed to be, why aren't you getting there? Is it because you fear? So you fear more than you want the win, right? Wow. Let's fuck that. Oh, no? I'm mistaken? You sure? Then show you. Put in the work and make some changes that'll make you feel good every time that you open your eyes and rise for the day, for the occasion, the event, okay? Stop playing with yourself. Start being mindful of your intentions and how you choose to operate on a daily basis, okay? You have to remember that same force will come back to you. So your energy must be pure and your heart as light as a fucking feather. Yeah. While on this journey, you're gonna think and feel like you're falling apart. That's the best way for me to describe it, because it's the truth. You're going to feel like you're falling apart. But, I mean, whole time, I feel like that's the Most High putting everything together. My advice to you, whomever is listening, trust the process. Trust the fucking process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. When it feel like it's falling apart, baby, just know it's about to come together. Okay? The pieces are about to come together. They just trying to scramble themselves. Let them do they... If you man a nose that's on your face, tend to your business, you won't be worried about what is trying to formulate. Let greatness happen. Don't be in your own way. Stop doing that. That's not cute. I don't like that. One thing for sure and two things for certain. You are going to realize that half of the people, places, and or things that you thought you needed, they was really in your way, baby. Really in your fucking way. So get your little tractor truck, and I mean, get them out the way. And I said tractor truck because I'm feeling kind of, country girl today. I don't have no cowgirl stuff on, but I'm feeling that vibe, like real earthy, melanin on the horse, walking through the grass, barefoot, fresh, petty, a vibe. My bad. That was off the subject. But like I said, some of them people y'all holding on to is blocking your shine, okay? They ain't supposed to go. Stop. Stop trying to take everybody with you and stop trying to share your shit with everybody. Sometimes it's just for you. The ride, the blessing, the gift, the whatever, sometimes it's just for you. You don't need to tell nobody. You don't need to take nobody with you. You don't need to share it with nobody. You don't need to feel guilty. None of that. Sometimes it's just for you. So sometimes, until you release those things that are, not appropriate for where you're headed, you don't get it. So let's cleanse and heal our paths as well. Because as we go on this journey, we got to, get rid of the roadblocks. It's a lot of shit in our way. We have to clear our paths. Cleanse it, heal it, whatever you got to do. Don't forget, you can start late, start over, be unsure, try, fail, whatever. But keep going until you succeed. That's what matters. That you don't give up. That's what you don't do. Give up. Don't do that. Okay? Speaking from experience and professionally, I want to remind you that therapy is okay. It's best professionally, but I know sometimes the right, circumstance and situation has not happened for some people. So something like this right here is therapeutic for a lot of people like you all, including myself, and I support and appreciate that as well. However, if you are going through something so piercing and gut-wrenching that you need to talk to someone but don't have anyone, there or close, I do want you to know that there are options, and I'm open to helping you, assisting you with resources in your area. I'll post my email and a link on my link tree, which is, my email is MRZK3NNYBO0. That's Miss Kenny Boo at gmail.com. MRZK3, the number 3. NNYB as in boy 0 at gmail.com. And my link tree is at Kendra J 360 _24. So yeah, if you go to my link tree, you'll be able to find everything. But as always, it's been a pleasure talking to you all. I love doing this. It has been very therapeutic for myself. But I just want to, continue to encourage and exude healing and peace and love and light to you all. Remember to be in the now, because everything else is last week's problem. Until next time, bye. I just had one more thing to say. If nobody never told you, I'm here to tell you that smoking won't heal you, blaming won't heal you, drinking won't heal you. This journey, it will take absolute discipline and focus, willpower, determination, hard work, and dedication in every way and on all levels. You're going to have to embrace love even when you want to hate the process. Embrace patience. Even though you want this shit to be over and done with immediately. And understanding for yourself. Kindness for yourself. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it was going to be hard. But for the choices that we make in life, some may say it's fair. Either way, choose your fucking struggle. It's hard to not do it, and it's hard to do it. But you know what's even fucking harder? Looking at yourself in the mirror this time next year, looking the same fucking way, feeling the same way, thinking the same way, wanting the same things. ¿Por qué? Why would you do that to yourself? The torture. It's baffling. Why would we do that to ourselves? That's why I made the decision that it was no more to that unsettling behavior. That's a change that needs to be made. So I made the choice to take action. And I am so happy to be 10 pounds lighter since making that choice. Once you go on my Linktree and you interact with my other platforms like TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or something like that, you'll be able to see like the videos and stuff that I post and a little bit of my journey lively. Eventually I'll start posting stuff on YouTube. I just haven't gotten there yet, but bear with me. It's getting there. But yeah. Okay. Bye for real. Bye.